They laughed when they saw her standing alone near the training yard, helmet tucked under one arm, posture relaxed, almost careless. 3 recruits blocked her path, confidence dripping from their voices, mistaking calm for weakness. One of them smirked and said something she'd heard too many times before. She didn't respond. She didn't need to, because in 45 seconds, everything they believed about strength was about to collapse. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're rewatching from. I love knowing who's listening. Her name was Commander Elena Ward, though no one here knew that yet. To them, she was just another officer passing through the base lighter and frame, quieter in presence, unremarkable at first glance. And that was the problem. People often underestimated what they couldn't immediately understand. The air was thick with heat, dust floating lazily in the sunlight like suspended breath. Somewhere in the distance, metal clanged against metal, the rhythm of drills echoing across the compound. Alina could feel the tension shift as the recruits stepped closer, their boots crunching against gravel. She sensed their uncertainty masked as bravado. She'd seen it before, young men eager to prove something, unaware of how fragile pride could be. Inside, her thoughts were steady, not angry, not afraid, just focused. She weighed her choices in silence. She could walk away. She could pull rank. But something deeper stirred a quiet responsibility. These recruits weren't villains. They were lessons waiting to happen. One of them lunged first. Time slowed, as it often did for her. The world narrowed to movement, balance, breath. She pivoted smoothly, redirecting his momentum with practiced ease. His surprise registered too late. The second recruit froze for a fraction of a second, eyes widening, and that hesitation cost him. Alina moved like water, controlled, precise, unyielding. Every motion had purpose. No wasted energy, no cruelty. The third recruit hesitated. He saw it now. This wasn't a fight. This was a demonstration. Within seconds, all 3 were on the ground, not broken, not humiliated, just stunned. Silence fell over the yard like a held breath. Dust settled. Somewhere a drill instructor stopped mid-shout. Lena stepped back, heart steady, hands open at her sides, looked at them not with triumph, but with something closer to understanding. She remembered being young, being underestimated, being tested in ways that were never written in manuals. A small crowd had gathered, recruits, instructors, officers. Murmurs rippled outward, disbelief spreading faster than sound. Someone whispered her name. Someone else recognized the insignia on her uniform. And suddenly the truth landed with weight. She wasn't just an officer. She was a SEAL. The realization moved through the crowd like a wave. Respect replaced arrogance. Awe silenced laughter. The recruits struggled to their feet, faces flushed not with anger, but with something more complicated: shame, admiration, clarity. Lena felt the familiar ache in her chest, not from the encounter, but from the meaning of it. She never enjoyed moments like this. Violence, even restrained, carried a cost. But so did silence in the face of disrespect. The moral line was thin, and she walked it carefully. An instructor approached, voice low, respectful. "You didn't have to do that, Commander." She nodded once. "I know." Her gaze returned to the recruits. "But you needed to see it." The yard remained quiet, the kind of quiet that follows truth. The recruits stood straighter now, eyes lowered, not in submission, but in reflection. Alina spoke calmly, without edge. "Strength isn't loud," she said, "and it isn't something you take, something you earn every day." No applause followed. None was needed. The lesson had landed deeper than noise ever could. As she walked away, boots crunching softly against gravel, Alina felt the familiar weight of her past years of training, sacrifice, loss. She thought of the moments she'd nearly quit. The nights she'd stared at the ceiling, wondering if the cost was worth it. She thought of the people who never made it back. She carried them all with her. Behind her, the base slowly returned to life. Drills resumed. Voices rose, but something had changed. A shift, subtle, permanent. Because kindness doesn't vanish, it waits, and it finds its way back. And as the dust swirled again in the afternoon light, Alina disappeared into the crowd, just another figure among many. But the echo of those 45 seconds lingered, a quiet reminder that true power doesn't announce itself, reveals itself when necessary. If this story moved you, tell me in the comments what moment hit you the hardest. And subscribe to Whispered Words for more stories that prove real strength speaks softly, but leaves a lasting echo.